Good morning, everybody. How you doing this morning? Welcome into Farm Cooking with Nan. We're going to be making just my version of a souped up orange cake, okay? It is very hard in our area to find Duncan Hines Perfect Moist Orange Supreme. I had to order it from Amazon and pay a lot more money. Just the truth. But I'm going to use one of those, one cake mix. I don't get it all over the place here. But it is a Duncan Hines Signature Series. It's a Perfect Moist Orange Supreme Cake. I don't know of them making anything but this one cake in orange. I may be wrong, but I don't think they do. But in our area, we just don't have them. I've been waiting for probably over 2 months, checking with my grocer. Don't have it, don't get it. But on the back of it, it says 1 cup of water. We're not going to put 1 cup of water in it. We're going to put 1 cup of orange juice. 1 cup of orange juice. Then it calls for 3 eggs and a half a cup of oil. Oil instead of oil. Half a cup of oil. So I'm going to put in the half a cup of oil and use the same measuring thing so I don't dirty up any more than I have to. Okay. Okay. Next, we're going to the eggs. Now, I have just farm eggs here, and I put them in some warm water because I had them in the refrigerator and didn't have a chance to set them out. One of my eggs had a crack, so I'm going to do it first, okay? I'm going to put in 1, 2, 3. These are little eggs, but they always have a nice yolk. I'm going to put 5 eggs in, okay? Now, if you're doing large eggs, just do 4. You can do 4 eggs. But mine is smaller, so I'm using an extra egg. I think I've done a little video. It hasn't come, I don't know if it's come out yet or not. But these, my husband run up on a new nest in, I think it was, can't remember if it was in the dog lot or if it was in the barn. I believe it was in the barn down at the barn with 32 eggs in it. I was tickled to death. He gave his mother a dozen and gave me the rest of them. I was tickled to death. They're a little bit smaller than extra large or large eggs, but boy, they work good. Okay, so far we've got an orange cake mix, 1 cup of orange juice, and a, let's see, I put in 5 smaller eggs, like a medium egg, you know, 5 of those, but you can put in 4 large eggs. And then I put in a half a cup of oil. And so we're going to beat this up real good. Hang on. Oh, got to put 1 box of orange Jello. And this is the way back whenever I told y'all, I said, oh, I thought it was peach. Well, I get to finally use that orange, don't I? So I'm going to use this box is a 6 ounce, okay? 6 ounce. I'm going to put that in there. And I'm going to take this over there and beat it up real good, okay? Keep from having to lift my mixer. If it had been a snake, it would have bit me. I forgot to put in one more thing. This is cheesecake Jell-O. Now, you can use vanilla. Don't think I had any. If I did, I didn't find it. But I love the cheesecake a lot of times in the placement of vanilla. So, I'm going to put one, and this is a 3.4 ounce box of Jell-O. If you've got it, use vanilla. If you don't and you like cheesecake, use the cheesecake like I do. I love cheesecake pudding. I think that it just makes a great flavor in whatever it is you're making. That's just my preference. That's just my preference. Boy, I can make a mess, can't I? Okay. Let's get over here and beat this up. We'll be back. Okay, let's pour our cake into our 9 by 13 inch baking pan that has been greased with pan coating. Now, if you don't like the flavor of orange, I don't think you will like this cake at all. But we love the flavor of orange. The orange flavor, however you want to say that. Well, we got it all off there. And I'm going to get all this leveled out. Make sure we don't have any bubbles. We like 5 more degrees. We're going to put it in the oven at 350. There goes my oven. We're going to pop this in here. We're going to see how long that it takes to get done, okay? Okay, my cake is just about to get ready to come out of the oven. I'm taking 1 box of orange. This is just orange Jell-O. It's 3 ounce orange Jell-O. And I'm opening it up and putting it in a little container. We're going to mix it up just like the directions say. 1 cup of boiling water, 1 cup of cold water. Just getting ready. I'm turning my water on right now because my cake should come out in just a minute. And we're going to pour our hot water in there, and then we're going to pour cold water and stir it up till it totally dissolves. Okay, my 1 cup of water. This is boiling water. I'm going to pour into that orange juice. I'm going to stir it before I put in my cold water. I want all that to dissolve while it's good and hot. Stir it up really, really good. And we're going to pour our cold water in there in just a second. We want it all to dissolve. Like I said, I'm going to say it again while I'm stirring this. We used 1 cup of orange juice. We used 1 6-ounce family size box of Jell-O, not Jell-O pudding, but Jell-O. And 1 box, 3.4 ounce box of cheesecake pudding, which you can use vanilla. We used 1 box of Duncan Hines Supreme orange cake mix. I don't think I see anything floating around in there. I'm gonna get my water out of the refrigerator and put one cup of boiling water and 1 cup of cold water. And we're going to pour this, we're going to punch holes in our cake and pour this down through the cake, okay? So let's see if our cake is ready. Let's get this cake out of the oven, okay? Just checked it, and a little skewer came out clean. And I'm going to turn off my oven. And I'm going to take that little skewer, and I got a couple of things I usually use, and I'm just going to poke holes. I've got one that's bigger. Let me try the bigger one, because I like to really leave room for this to really go down in there. And then we're going, as soon as we pour this over it, we're going to pop this in the oven and let it cool. Or let it soak is what we're doing. Let everything cool and let everything soak for about 4 hours or longer. I mean, you can let this soak for a day or so before you even put the topping on or anything. So let me make sure I've got some big holes over here. See if I've missed anywhere. Want to give that room to get down in there, not just run down the sides. Oh, yummy. We'll stir it again. Now, we're going to pour this slowly over our cake. Remember, the longer you let this soak, the better that it is, because that cake just soaks it up into it. Always put your Jell-O on while your cake is right out of the oven. Okay, the only thing we have to do is I'm going to make sure I get this Jell-O all the way off, and I'm going to set this in the refrigerator and let it start soaking for a few hours. We'll see you back. Okay, let's get 2 cups of cold milk. Two cups of cold milk. Then we're going to put in 1 box of French vanilla instant pudding, and this is a 3.4 ounce. 3.4 ounce. I didn't have a large one, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to beat it really good. Get this thickened up. Our cake has been soaking in that in the orange Jell-O. It's been soaking for about 4 hours. So even after we put the icing on, we're just going to continue to put it back in the refrigerator and let it soak. It can soak for a day or two before you serve it. The longer it soaks, the better it is. Great splattermentation. You only have to beat it a few minutes and just leave it still for a couple of minutes, and or you can just take a whisk. A lot of times I'll whisk it real good. Sometimes I'll put it in one of my old Tupperware bowls with the lid, and I'll just give it a good shake, you know, and then put it back in the refrigerator, and in a few minutes it has thickened right up. So I'm gonna stick this in the refrigerator, okay? Okay, we've let our pudding set up a little bit. We don't want it totally, you know, firm. So I'm going to take 8 ounces of whipped topping, whatever brand you've got. And we're going to fold it in. We're not going to stir it like a crazy, you know. I'm going to gently fold it over. I didn't use heavy whipping cream. I've got another recipe that I use that calls for sour cream. But I wanted this to maybe hold up for a couple of days. Wanted the icing to be just a little bit more lighter tasting than the cake. Okay. Let me grab my little cloth and wipe my fingers, and then we'll move the cake up here. We're gonna then when we get it in there, it'll have time to really set up. I'll get some more of that out of there. You can garnish this with, you remember the old orange wax candies? I've told this before. I never did like it. And I don't know, it must have been the way when you chewed it, it was waxy or whatever that I didn't care for. But I would take one and push it up on my upper teeth and one on my lower teeth, and I would talk with those things like lips. What kids will do. Now my mother loved it, and she tried when it comes season to always have some in the house, but I think she really tried because she and my older sister were mainly the ones that ate it, because the rest of us just really didn't care for it, and it lasted longer. I'll tell you what my husband said. You want a good laugh today? I used to say, if I sent him to the supermarket, I would say, this is what I need, this is the brand and everything, and when he come back, he would have the generic for everything. And you know, some things, generic is great. I love generic in order to save a dime or two. But I would say, why in the world did you get that? Especially Little Debbie cakes. He would get a generic for those. I'm going to eat what's left in that bowl. But Little Debbie cakes, he would buy generic. And I'd say, honey, why do you buy those? You know they won't eat them. And he'd say, that's why I buy them. They last longer. Okay, let me clean this up a little bit. I thought that was pretty funny, personally. Because I didn't think it was funny at the time, because the kids wouldn't touch it. I've got just some little I've grated about 2 or 3 tablespoons of orange rind. But I want to tell you, you can garnish it with some of those, like I was talking about, the orange wax pieces, or you can take you a slice of orange. What I had was clementines, and so I didn't have any orange, so I could make a slice and twist it and put it on there. So this will do fine. I cut some little pieces of the clementine that I'm going to use on there. So, I hate to cut it, but I'm going to, okay? Wait just a minute. Let me get my little dish. Okay. As you see there, if you have some orange slices to go on there, that would be great. I just didn't have any. I'll let you see my piece of cake. Now, I'm going to grab me a fork, and we're going to try a little bite, okay? It's delicious. It's delicious. And you know, sometimes, if you're not careful, you don't get that orange flavor. You lose it if you just use a white cake mix or a yellow cake mix. You sort of lose it. This definitely has a great orange flavor. I hope y'all get a chance to make you one. Just want to tell y'all that the Lord's been awful good to us today. We have some sunshine peeking in the windows, and I'm so thankful for that. And I thank Him for the food that He gives me to cook, because young'uns, it all comes from the Lord. It's nothing in me. It all comes in from the Lord. And I want to say something else too. Y'all are so good to me. You're all the time saying, Nan, you know, you're bragging on me. And whenever you do, a lot of times I will just put something on there and say, you know, if there's anything good in me, it's the Lord. And that is exactly how I feel. If there's anything good in me, young'uns, it's the Lord. It's nothing that I do. He gives me the strength to do these little videos. He gives me the words to say to you all at the end. And there's nothing good in me but God. Jesus lives in my heart. And I hope He lives in yours too. I'm going to hush and just want you to know how much He loves you. I just want y'all to feel in your heart what I feel. I'm going to go, and I will see y'all next time, Lord willing, okay? Bye-bye.